Good morning, fam. So we're gonna do a little quick video for the update that it was a big day yesterday. A lot of progress that happened yesterday. A lot of big stuff came in, installers and all that stuff. So let's start with the air conditioning right now. So there's a total of 6 air conditioners, it's all split type in this house. How many of those are we gonna use? Probably 1 or 2. Air conditioning is basically, for us, it's just there to as a supplementary support for if it's too hot inside the house. But if you guys noticed when we were doing the update, it's basically vented through and through from north to south, where the Amihan and Habagat winds comes in and out. So hopefully we don't have to use it that much, the air conditioning. That way we save power. Although we do have solar right now, it's we still have to load manage. So let me show you guys the air conditioning real quick. This is why it took a while. Number one, it was through the holiday. The installers were short of people, and then a couple of their according to them, a couple of their service trucks are out of commission right now. It's being serviced, so I don't know, whatever. But anyways, they got it done. They're coming back today to turn on the ACs, make sure it's working. So hopefully that goes through and they show up. So anyways, so there's the other half of the air conditioner. There's 4 of this air conditioning. 1 is for the office, 1 is for Danielle, the guest room, Danielle's and Preston's room. Up there, right there, is a bladder tank and another like small 0.5 horsepower water motor. What that does is it delivers pressure throughout the house, because we wanted water pressure all the way through, not just the bottom or the top. Funny thing about water pressure is here, when the flow of water is in huge volume, for a lot of people here, they consider that as like, oh, they have good water pressure. For us that are spoiled out on the outside in the States or wherever you are, you guys know that water pressure is water pressure, where you could actually clean your garage and clean the dirt off of your cars and stuff like that. So for me, that's water pressure. The one that they're talking about, for me, that's water flow. So sometimes they use they actually, majority of the times they use gravity, so they don't have to use a motor, because to save electricity. The ones on the bottom, obviously, because that's the lowest point, has a better water flow compared to the one on top. So you'll know that you're low on your tank, that tank over there, if your pressure upstairs or your water flow upstairs is not as strong as the one in the bottom. So that's one progress that we've made. Like I said, we are gonna test that not water, but AC today. The the other big thing, so the other big thing that we had progress on is in the kitchen. We had our relative come in. He's a tile setter. Shout out to B-Boat. And was kind enough to take time off of his project or job and tend to our backsplash in the kitchen. So architect was a little short staffed for this week because of the holidays, and so we just grabbed one of our relatives to do the backsplash so we could get things rolling at a decent pace. So let me show you guys the backsplash. So that's the backsplash right there. We got that from Wilcon. Backsplash is no joke. It's pretty expensive. But we got it through right there and right there. I'm not sure if I mentioned the stove is going to be right here, and then there's going to be a different backsplash right there for the cooking area. So anyways, we had the quartz countertop like I mentioned, but yeah, we're excited to have the backsplash on. At least we could see the progress and we could really see how it looks, because we were debating between 1 stack, 1.5 stack, all the way through 2 stack and all the way through. So 1.5 stack we have enough of. We have actually 2 extra, so it's good in case we need to kind of, what do you call this, replace some of these stuff. Let me open the window. We usually check, make sure there's no water on this windowsills, because you know the windows over here are made differently compared to the States, because over here both sides are moving, although they said they could make one side stationary, but it's good to have both sides moving, because just in case whichever side of the house you are, you have a choice. Yeah. And Danielle's already taking my couch. That is my spot, by the way, so I'm gonna document that right now. So the other progress that we made yesterday, that's also huge, was the water filtration. Like I mentioned the other time, or the previous videos, that the water filtration was a little bit too much to the center of the side yard, or the side of the house. Yeah, side yard. So we had it backed up a little bit, because it would be easier for architect to design the canopy for it, and having everything like compact close to the house would be advantageous for us. So let me show you the progress there. So if you guys notice that these tanks were right here in the middle, because what they were trying to consider, this tank, when we replace it, to bring it out this way and out this way. So now we flipped the skid for this so we could take it out that way, and put the pressure tank here. So they had to put the kind of like a platform over here, and we moved it backwards right there. So we had to cover the motor because it's not working, it's not functional yet, but there is water in there already, so it already been backwashed. So this is gonna be the where architect's gonna design a canopy that would just cover just this part. Cool. So one of the biggest progress, and we were the one that we were so excited about, is our solar. Right now this whole house is running on solar. But they have to let me know if they're gonna use welding machines or anything like that, because we need to switch it back to the electric company. We have more power electric company over here, because it will trip up the solar. It will be too much for the solar. So, and plus we have to kind of load manage. Right now the solar is at 55% battery charge. So this is a good day because tomorrow there's no work tomorrow, and so it'll be charging the whole day, and basically just powering whatever is running, like the lights and cameras. So let me show you guys about the solar from Skybright Solar here in Iloilo, put together. So this is the solar system. This system I believe could go all the way to 10 kVA, which is the full power load that this house needed based on the electrical plan that we gave them. Right now we're starting with one battery because we don't really use air conditioning at night. The battery is basically just for the nighttime. Everything else in the morning or in the daytime would be through solar. Obviously you don't want to just fully just use solar all the way through and just like turn on everything. You want to load manage as well. That way it charges the battery. You guys can see, I don't know if you can see it, right now we're at 55.7 battery charge. That was the initial yesterday, like around 50. So since this morning it's been charging. Obviously once they're starting to use their grinders, their tools and stuff like that, their power tools, it won't charge as fast, but it's still charged. And according to Skybright Solar, that even though it's cloudy or rainy and all that, it will still charge the battery. Obviously not as efficient as having full sun, but it still will charge the battery. Now this battery or this system was set up to be at 40-50%, and then it triggers to the electric company. And the reason for that is once the battery is at 40 or 50% and switches to the electric company, is because the other half of the battery is reserved for blackouts or brownouts, as they would call here. The one thing that we're glad that we did was make this utility room, and the reason why is there's, you could hear the sound on this solar, so it's totally separated from the house, and yeah, doesn't bother anybody. So this room will become either solar system and maybe a little bit of storage in here. We're probably gonna organize this. The other thing that we need is ventilation. We could close this or just leave this open, but for security reason, or we could have the door, we could make the louver on the door right here, that way heat comes out of here. So that's what Skybright recommended, a ventilated room. Cool. So that's the big one. So alright fam, so thought we'd just make a quick short video about the progress that we made yesterday, and share it with you guys. That way you guys are up to date and maybe learn something from our build over here. So thank you for subscribing, and keep your comments coming in, and slap that notification bell or like button, all that stuff, and we'll see you guys on the next.
'Cause one day we'll be looking back at this. We were in a big mess together, but we found a way to choose right from wrong. We found the strength to go